The beacon still called from deep within the rough-walled fastness of the cave. Its message was fainter now. Each planet year had put more strain upon this mechanism, though its creators had attempted to make it everlasting. They believed they had foreseen every eventuality. They had, except the weakness within their own rule and the nature of the world from which the beacon called. Time had been swallowed, was gone, and still the beacon kept to its task. While outside the cave, nations had risen and decayed. Men themselves had changed and changed again. Everything the makers of the beacon had known was erased during those years, destroyed by the very action of nature. Seas swept in upon the land, then retired, the force of their waves taking whole cities and countries. Mountains reared up so that the shattered remains of once proud ports were lifted into the thin air of great heights. Deserts crept in over green fields. A moon fell from the sky, and another took its place. Still, the beacon called and called, summoning those who had vanished and left behind only legends, strange, time-distorted tales. And now there was another period of chaotic darkness in the affairs of men. An empire had crashed under its own unwieldy weight and the strain of years. Barbarians ravaged, picking its carcass like vultures. Fire and sword, death, and the living death of slavery marched across the land. And yet the beacon called. Its heart fires were dim now. From time to time the call faltered, as a man in mortal danger might gasp for breath between shouts for aid. Then that call, so faint now, was finally heard far out in space. A strange arrow of metal caught the impulse, and deep in this ship's heart installations, which had been silent and unresponding for centuries, were activated. The arrow altered course, using the beam of the call as a line to draw itself down. There was no living thing aboard that ship. It had been devised with desperate hope by entities close to the extinction of all they held important, more important than their own lives. They had sent 6 such arrows of life into the void, their only desire being that at least one of the searchers might find a goal their records said existed. Then they were overrun by their enemies. Relay after relay clicked into life without a quiver of fault as the arrow sped toward Earth. It represented the fruits of 1,000 years of experimentation, the highest triumph of a race which had once traveled the star lanes with the ease of men walking familiar paths on brown Earth.